Alright guys, let's see what's going on. So I did really want to take a short here at this 200. Um, kind of missed that. But we do have an M here that's kind of playing out. Created a bigger one. So we're probably going to drive up and through this 200 EMA. So we'll wait and see. Let me get some people in here. Oh, 6 of y'all are in here already. Cool, cool, cool. I'm kind of waiting for confirmation to drive through this 200, to be honest with you. But this looks pretty good. And let me check and see what the tick chart looks like as well. So tick chart had a small W that played out. And then a big W that did not, with a smaller W that did not. So we're kind of moving up here. So this also plays into my thought process that we'll move up. With this bigger time frame here, we have a 200 EMA at, sorry, let me put you down a box. There we go. So with the 200 EMA here, for people on TikTok here, or what? Anyway, so we could move up to around here, this like 1850-ish. This might fluctuate a little bit by the time we get there, but that could be somewhere we hit. We've already passed through this 200, we've already above this 200, and if we were to continue moving up, this would kind of be the spot to be looking at. So, say 1850 or 18 would probably be a really good spot. So 4,000, 1850, 4,018 would be a really good spot to look for that turnaround back. As well as looking at this, I do want to see us past this level as well, because this is technically a W. Looking at this, so this right here forms a nice W. It's a little odd to look at unless you kind of zoom in a little bit more, but W, so high point, low point, high point that's lower than this high point, the initial high point, then a low point that's lower than your initial low point, and then now you're coming up on a high point that'll be higher than this point but lower than this point. And so somewhere in here we could potentially also turn down. So I want to see us, if we were going to continue up, and touch that 200 EMA. So we have two spots, right? We have two spots now where we can look for basically a turnaround. We can look for one here at like 1450 or 1400. Sorry, 4014. And then another one here, right, at 18. Why didn't it draw? Whatever. Another one here at 18. So you could kind of have like two levels to look at there. Just something to think about. Okay. So, God damn it. I just literally fucking removed this shit. Okay. So, first I want to see us move through the 1 minute 200 EMA, which is right here, or reject, right? So I could potentially put a short here. If it doesn't work out, I could then put a short here at this level, right? Because this is a W, like I said, so I could then put another one here. And then if that doesn't work, I can kind of try and do one more at this 200, and if that doesn't work out, then I have like a stop, maybe $1 or $2 above that. That could be something that we do, but more than likely we would eat red at first. So And this is, so far, a pretty decent M as well, and I'll show you what I mean. So we have, you could say, here. So this can go as far down as here before this M is really kind of invalidated. Really back to open, because this right here is actually all the way down here. So we have a low point, we have a high point, low point that's lower than here but not lower than here, and then a high point that's higher than this point, and then we need to finish with a low point that simply is just somewhere in this vicinity, or it can go as low as here. That's the whole point. Okay? So let me see if anybody has any questions. I'm in a long at 4.5. That's pretty good. Okay. Now let me see if anybody has questions on Twitch. Okay. So what data feed do I need on Trade08? Yeah, you just need the CME, and then on TradingView you need the CME as well. Cool. All right. So we are moving up to this 200 here now. I'm gonna go ahead and do a short. At 11. And again, the reason I'm putting a short here is because this 200 EMA tends to be a turnaround area and turn us back in the other direction. So if we get our fill, we're only looking for like a $2 move, right? $2 is 20 bucks for two contracts, and that's how many I did for the short. I did 2 because we have $1,000, $1,500 in our account. So we can afford 2. Now, if you had $500, like $200 to $500, you'd only be doing 1. So that maybe you could average down one time. Now, obviously, this didn't quite give it to me, and I think I put it just slightly too high. Yeah. So one thing to note too, and during Globex, which is what we're doing right now. Let me go ahead and move this up a little bit so y'all can see it better. During Globex, you need to make sure that wherever you want it filled at, you put it a tick below or above. So if it's a short, right, you need it a tick below, because what's going to happen is it's not going to fill it right on. It's going to fill it when it goes up 1 tick above. And then again, if you're doing a long, so say you want it to go up, it needs to be 1 tick above where you want it filled at. So had we gotten our fill, we would have gotten a dollar move from there. And this spot on here, just to reiterate, is at what, 14? So we can do, since we're trying to get 2 at 1050, we can do it at 15, because 15 will ensure that our average is nice. I do not stream all day. I only stream during Globex to kind of ensure people are able to kind of trade with me, people who work and everything. Yes, I am doing the lives every weeknight. And am I trading the micros? Yes. I am trading micro ES. So MES. As you can see right here. Trading MES. Trading 2 at a time. We're looking for like a $2 move. A lot of times during Globex too, I noted this on my last live, which was Thursday. Globex tends to range a lot, and during ranges, You can make a lot of really good plays if you go heavy on the play. So like right now, for example, if what ends up happening is we basically pop off of here and then go back down to here and then pop off of here and then back down to here. If we buy 2-3 and range it and then 2-3 and then range it and so on, and have a tight stop so that when it finally decides to boomerang one way or the other, we have a tight stop, say here, or a tight stop, say there, um, we'll end up winning, probably like 3 in a row and then lose one and then be done. And what will end up happening is we'll have made, let's just say that's the range, right? 10.50 to 8.50, $2 range, and we're doing 2 at a time. That'll be $20 each time, one way. And then
Order filled.
So we got our fill this way. So let's just, what I'm going to do, and this is because these are so close, this is our point of control on our volume profile. I'm going to go ahead and put my exit there. Okay. Now, so that's $1.50. So it's not going to be quite $2, but I'm okay with that. And then again, if need be, what we'll do is we'll average down here, okay, at 4,015 if we need to. And what that'll do is that'll give us about a 4,013 average. And then if we start dropping back down off of this high, right, because that's where it's located at based off of the tick chart, right, then we'll get a good average and we'll be able to get out somewhere in here. And then if that doesn't work out for us, we can then have our next average down at 18, right, 18.50, and hopefully get out there. Okay. So far we're down, $2, which is not really anything. That just means it's exactly where we entered at. Okay, so now it's starting to try and pop up here, and that's okay. That's just the M that I pointed out earlier actually working, which is fine. We just have a couple areas where we can turn back, and that's where I'm interested in realistically, because these are very high interest areas of turnaround. So, while the M can work out, and we could have made, from where I pointed it out, which was like maybe when we were like right here, 975 to 11 or 1150, we could have hit basically our $2 goal. But it bursting through the 200 EMA is not as likely as it rejecting the 200 EMA. Simply put. Now let me see if anybody's asking questions, so I can answer anything. Okay, nobody's asking any questions. Good. So, and also one thing to point out during Globex, this is going to be a little boring, right? This one trade could end up taking us a whole hour to do, and we end up only making $20-$30, right? It's going to be slow. So something to be aware of, an hour, 2 hours, it could take you to do a trade. But we are pushing up here, so this average down could very well happen. I'm actually going to do it, I almost want to do it with 3 instead of 2 so I can get a really close average to here. But I don't really want to change it because I want to go heavy. If we keep moving up, I want to go really heavy here. Because as you can see, it's very respectable when it, you see what I'm saying? So, very respectable. So, we'd have 4 I would then get 6, so we can get a closer average to here, because then our average is going to be something like here. So then our average will then be something around 15, 16. It needs to drop $2, $3. We'll be all right. So far, this actually looks like it's rejecting off the 200 EMA here. We have to eat a little red, which is fine. Hopefully now what'll happen is it'll drop down to this point of control, and the point of control, as you can see, is actually at 875. So that's why our order is at 9, so that when it taps the point of control here, we'll get our exit. If it plays that way. Let me see. I am here every weeknight, yes. Sorry, I'm going to turn this just for a second so I can actually read what y'all are writing here. It's a little tough. As the account grows, do I increase the size of trades? Yes, absolutely. And at the moment I'm in a short, and that's just because there's more areas to turn around at. So I did a funded account for a while. I did Top Step. I really liked it. It's no problem, nothing against them. I just got to the point where it was just better to use my own money now. Simply put, the rules are strict, etc. It wasn't, I can do fine on my own with my own money, so was no need for them anymore. But when you're first starting out, absolutely, funded accounts are great, especially building that kind of consistency. It's really good for. So we're still moving up actually here. It's kind of funneling here, so we may very well push up to here. It's fine by me. I don't care. Just give me another average spot. Let's see what the even smaller time frames are looking like. So looking at the smaller time frame here, this M right here, so is the same M that's on here that we were pointing out, okay? This one right here, sorry. Okay, same M. But what this also shows is this M here, which is really important, which is what drove us up. Which when we started skyrocketing is because this M here drove us up. And to note, if you're looking very closely, this was a W that was forming too. That did work out to the first, maybe even second target. It's real tight because it's a small one. But that last leg of the W created the M to power drive us up. And so now we're just kind of chilling. I mean, it's just gonna do what it does for a little while. Now, let's see if we can get this harmonics to work. Let's see, I might need to. One of my indicators is not working at the moment, and it's an important one that I like to talk about, so. Let me see what you're saying. Have I tried trader funding? I haven't tried a particular one called that, but and what do you mean do risk percent based? Can you expand on that, sir? So this indicator is not wanting to gather up. As you can see, it has a little working on the eye there. It's not wanting to do what it needs to do. There it goes. Okay. So this is a harmonics indicator that's really, really nice. It tells you, and as I zoom in, you can see it. So what it's doing is it's telling you there's two possible points of entry. So what you could do is you can enter here, you can average down here, and then this is your target point. So what you can do is you can then say, hey, look, with this in mind, right, this should go down to 950, which honestly, I'm okay with that. Okay, so it's already actually moving up. It doesn't want to give it to us, so I'm going to leave it where it was. What'll happen is it'll pop up. Yeah, see, it's giving me an error, but it'll pop up. It'll give you an entry point, and once it hits the entry point, it'll give you a stop for that particular entry point. So what I like to do is if that entry point is above where that that exit point, the stop is above where the second entry point is. So let's just say this is your first entry, this is your exit for this entry, and then this is your second entry, right? With your last exit being over here. I'll just use the last exit, ignore this exit right here, use this entry, and then use this exit for both. And then use the target point as my exit. Now, if only I could get it to work. It doesn't want to get my shit. But it did say that it wants to move down to like 950. And honestly, if it moves down to 950, I'll take $10. So, just really wish I could get it to work. And now it wants to come back on. See if I can save. Settings. Okay. Let's see, I'm gonna exit off, put it back on. So this is the one, by the way. It's called Harmonic Pattern Detection Prediction. It's by Reese. If you type in harmonics, it's by Reese. Okay, why the fuck did it do that? I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so boom. Should be on. Let's see if it has my settings. Oh, it didn't keep my settings, but it is working now. So let me check. Sorry guys, you might get paused on TikTok for a moment, but just give me a moment. Let me get these. Damn. Okay. Boom. Boom. 618. Nearest. I'm not sure if you guys got kicked off for a moment, but now it should be where it needs to be. It's just trying to get its stuff. But this should be. Should load up in a minute. Anyway. Okay, so as you can see now, it loaded up. It's telling me, like for example, this was an M right here. It had targets. It hit first target and second target, which first target was probably here, second target. Then there was a W that it formed that ended up hitting its first target. This W here is still pending, which would actually work out if it was to drive down to here and create this bigger M to take us up. So it's showing you potential, and what these potential means with this percentage is showing you how much it actually matches up with that particular pattern. And usually when it's in like the 90% range is when you're good. When it's not in the 90% range, it's probably not going to work out that way. So like this one was actually pretty lucky. It was in the 80% range. This one was in the 90% range. This one's in the 96% range. So it should work out, which is why I'm also still pretty good on it being bearish. Now these two just came up. This one's 90%, this one's 80%. So a drop back at least to where we have our entry is very likely. This was 97, this was 96. Both hit 2 targets. So just to think, these went pending. Let me actually, I know one thing I need to take off of here that I forgot. There we go. I don't want incompletes and pendings. So this right here actually shows you, your table is going to show you how accurate it is and how much percent return you can expect if you use the entries and exits, stops and everything, which is at 82% right now on the 1 minute, which is crazy. So as you can see now, we've pushed back to our spot like we said, and now what this is doing is it gave you your entry. So these were your 2 entries, and now these are going to be your exit points, your 2 target takes, with this being, it looks like, another entry point. So you have entry, entry, entry. I'm willing to move our stop to there, just for the simple fact that that's only 1 tick away. So now, sorry, I'm reading the chat sideways, so I did not get banned. I did not lose connection. I went and had to look at my Discord for some settings that I had for this, because I had to delete it real quick. Sorry. I tried to tell y'all, but I'm not sure if you noticed. So the position that we're in at the moment is a short, 2 shorts, MES, at 4,010.50, with our buy at 4,925, so right around $1 away, little over $1 away. Let me see if I can get it to, no, I'm not even connected to Wi-Fi, so it shouldn't cut out anymore. I did change some of the settings, but they were sent to me to be changed. Like, the guy who showed me this indicator in the first place told me he tweaked them and to test it out, so I'm testing it out. Anything under 80% I'm going to take off, so crab. Go ahead and take that off, and watch, this is going to jump to like 90%. And if you go watch the replay on the recording on YouTube later, you'll be able to. I always put the date, live trading, blah blah blah. You'll be able to see the settings that I changed it to. I know I went kind of fast through it, but you can pause it and do all you need to do. You know, on your time. So we probably are about to get our exit here shortly. You know what? I'm gonna move it to 950 because I'm okay with taking $10 on this play. We were down something like 15 or so at one point. I'm okay with like taking a really small win. Even though we have another entry, it looks like right here, that kind of just makes me feel more confident that we can get this bought and then flip. So what I would like to do is if this comes down to here, I would like to flip my position into a long. So what I'll be doing is once this is bought, I'm going to go ahead and cancel. Well, actually, I can keep this here and then just move it down, and this will be my profit take order for my long. So hopefully this doesn't bite me with moving up before it hits my order, because that's what it looks like it's trying to do. See if I can. Dang. Thought maybe it would let me do a funky number. So as you can see, it's right on our order. There we go. Boom.
Order filled.
Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 longs at 9, okay? Because our VWAP is right here at 875. So buying 2 longs at 09 is not a bad look. With our sell, because we're trying to play this pattern, will be $2 away. So we'll do 11. So it'll be just at our 200 EMA, just underneath this first target. Hopefully we can get our entry. You know what? Let me cancel that first because I don't want it to pop up and fill that order. Sorry, I have this moved all the way over here. Y'all on TikTok can't even see it. Okay, there you go. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I want to move it up, but I'm gonna keep it where it's at. 9. If we get our fill, we get our fill. Cool. All right. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Let me see what y'all are asking on TikTok. I'm glad you're learning. Is it still cutting out or is it better now? Do you need me to, you guys want me to turn it off and then turn it back on real quick? Is it still cutting out? Like just tell me if it's still cutting out on TikTok and I'll go ahead and turn it off and then back on. Think we're good now? Okay, cool. So it's sitting on our buy order. I think what I'm going to do to get this fill, I'm going to move us up 1.
Order filled.
And of course, as soon as I did it, it went ahead and went down and tapped where we needed it to go. But that's okay, because now our order can be here at the 200 EMA for our exit, okay? And we have a couple spots of average down that we can use, but since our average is here at 925, I would say the only one worth doing is here at 6-ish. So we'll do 650 would be an average down, okay? Because the spot that it has it at is at 625. So we want to do it a tick above where we actually want it. And yes, this is MES. We're doing MES. So we're doing the micro ES. And Y entered, just to reiterate, Y entered here. We have our M formation based off of our indicator that we have. We have our VWAP here. We have our point of control here. And then we have our 200 EMA here. So this is a really easy spot to exit. Okay. I'm actually gonna move this down to 1050 because that's like $12.50. We've already made $10. So just to reiterate, we're down right now, but we have made our $10. So let's go ahead and try and make another 10 to, 15-ish. And when it hits 7 o'clock, I'll call it a night. If we go ahead and do that. It blocks my moves. In what way is it blocking my move? Because I can't. Let me see. I don't think I can. It's supposed to be right here anyway. This is where it's supposed to be. It keeps changing it on me. There you go. But I'm not sure how it was blocking my moves, but either way, fixed it for you. I don't trade MCL. Don't have the arrows and targets. So remember the arrows, these right here, they come in once it's starting to come into fruition. So it might just be simply because you have your settings, the natural settings on it that you have at the moment. They're not the same, so it's just not popping up on it yet. But if you wait until the stream's over and you go ahead and rewatch the recording and you use the same settings that I put in here while I was doing it, it'll do the same thing at the exact same time. Yours is just not having it at the moment. And then these arrows are like my entries and exits, like the red and blue arrows. So did I get banned? No, I did not. I don't believe so, unless y'all can't see me on here. So we're kind of chilling here. This is working. It's trying to work. So far the M's have done very well, so I'm gonna trust it. It's apparently already hit the first target. It looks like it's trying to tell me. Yeah, it's already hit the first target. Yeah, it did. Right here. Which for me was nothing. So hopefully it comes up to the second target. So I'm long. Remember, I'm long. My stop loss is going to come into effect once I get my average downs. Simply put. So once I get my average down going, and I might even, to make this better, do 3. Because then if it does it, I'll get an average somewhere like right here. Anyway, so my stop loss will be somewhere, depending on where it is once I get this average, it'll probably be somewhere like right in here, like another couple dollars away. And that would be something like $50, probably 50, maybe $100, and it sounds ridiculous in the sense that I'm only looking for $10 or $20 in terms of profit, and I'm risking $50 to $100. But with how high probability these are, you're gonna win 8 or 9 out of them and lose one or two. It kind of is worth it because the ones that you win, you know, during the day I'm not looking for $10 or $20, right? During the day I'm getting 50, 60, $100. So one loss at night for $50 to $100 is not really hurting me as much as it sounds like it's hurting, right? The whole point of doing this during Globex with you guys is to show you during a slow time how to play it, so that during a fast period, during market, whenever you're playing it on your own and you're practicing it, you kind of have the foundation. You've gotten some hands-on slow experience so that you can utilize that, right? Because then once you start going in during like regular time, right? You know, you're looking for $5 moves instead of $2 moves. So you're buying two at a time. You get a $5 move. That's $50. $50, $50, $50, $50, $50. You do that. You know, today on the small account, I made like $250. So that goes to show you, you know, you make 4 or 5 good little quick plays done for the day. Go play at night, make, you know, $20, $30, be done. Gives yourself a little cushion for your first play the next day, and then you can go ahead and be successful. That's kind of how I try and do it. I will say, you know, absolutely enjoy trading during the market, but it's so much more volatile, and I can't really teach during the market as much as I'd like to, because it's so fast, right? Like I can get an entry and be trying to tell you about it, and it's already hit my exit, and that's the hard part with doing it during the market. So what I prefer to do is, you know, instead of it doing a $5 move in 10 seconds, it takes 30 minutes. I can go ahead and explain things to you, average down several times, talk to you about it, then get our exit and be happy, right? That's how I'm doing it. And exactly, it's not too bad off MES. You know, you make 10, $20 at night. You make 50, $100 at a time, um, maybe 3, 4 times. Be done for the day, and you know, chilling. Cool beans. All right, so again, this is going to be moving a little slow. Let's go ahead and check what this is looking like. So our average down point is actually at a really good spot according to this, because the 200 EMA is there. Let's check here. 200 EMA is here, so this is actually would be another great spot to potentially average down at. So I might not actually exit here, and this would be outstanding if we can move up to 18 finally. But let's check this one. Yeah, so this would be 4, would probably be a really good spot to average down for the second time, with maybe a hard exit at like 150 or 2, something like that. So we're down a whole dollar from our exit, which is why we're down $10. But if we do get this average down, this will move down to something like here, and then we can put our exit where our entry was and make a pretty decent little profit. And so as you can see, things were just moving on and off because it's trying to see basically this indicator is actively working and trying to see what's going on. So high key wishing that I would have kept that short that I was in. When was it? Where did I buy that thing? Oh yeah, right here. Bought it here, sold it here. Could have made some more. Should have just kept my original exit, but whatever. I appreciate the kind words, Jake. Exactly, and just to elaborate on that too, like trading during peak hours is if you don't know how to trade futures, you might as well just take your money and send it to me, right? Because you're just throwing it away. You're not going to know what you're doing. You're just going to give it to somebody else anyway, who's on the opposite, side of you on that trade, who actually knows what they're doing. Uh, Probably 50% of the time, and the 50% that you win won't outweigh the losses that you take because it's just how it goes when you win half the time. So, you know, trading during Globex during this slow, low volume time, showing you like how you can basically targets where you can average down, show you where you would do it, how you would do it, then where you would move your exit to in order to get a decent exit for a decent profit and then be done, right? So I'm going to move this just because I don't want to deal with it. I'm going to move it to where I take just $10 again. So we almost got there. And we are moving up. And notice guys, popped directly off this entry point. Directly off this entry point that it gave us. So had I just, did one average down, then maybe another, and then another there, instead of doing all three here, I'd already have a better average, maybe like 9 or 8.75, and then I could be out already with my, probably like $15 because I would have 3 contracts instead of just 2. I do not want anything to mess with my nerves. No, thank you. And I will say trade. I will agree. Trading during market hours is definitely exciting. Once you get the hang of Globex, once you get the hang of this, that's what this is for. And you go start trading that, and instead of making $20, you're now making $50, $100 a day, and you're used to making small
Order filled.
amounts. Okay, so now we got our fill. Okay. So now we've made $15. All right. We've been on for an hour, so I feel like that's good. Obviously, $15 is not a whole lot. I'm not trying to show you guys. I'm not trying to make a whole bunch of money with you guys right now. The point is to show you guys how the foundation is laid. And once the foundation is laid, once we get this up a couple $100 together, slowly but surely, in the course of maybe a week or two, then I'll start going really hard on the plays. I want to lay the foundation with you guys. I don't want to get you overwhelmed. I don't want you to, have a night where we go really hard. Say I had bought 10 of them here, right? And we just made $300. Y'all are going to be like crackheads. You're not going to want to get off. You're not going to want to stop. You're not gonna take in the knowledge that I'm trying to give you or show you, right? You're just going to be like, I can't wait for him to get on again, and let's make $200 or $300 tomorrow night. Like you need to build up to that by having the knowledge first. So that's what we're doing here. As you can see, this indicator is outstanding. Again, if you want the settings for the indicator, just go ahead and re-watch the YouTube video that I will post on YouTube. YouTube is the same handle as it is here on Twitch and TikTok, just without the underscore. It'll be the newest video that'll be uploaded tonight, and use it on the 1 minute. So just to show you guys, sorry, on the 1 minute, these are gonna be 90%. What is this? Let's move this over. 90%, 85%, 88%, 94%, 90%, 89% on the first target, and then 67, 50, 59, 63. So aim for the first target. You'll get about 80% returns, 60 to 80% returns. All right. Well, goddamn, D Beach, I need you to do that with some real money in a minute, bro. And then I need you to send me 5%, bro. No, I'm just joking. I'll never do that to you guys. But yeah. So, oh no, this harmonic is great during regular times too. So let's go ahead and let's go back during regular times as well. I think it must have just been your settings, the natural settings. So let's see. This is during normal times here. So this is when we open right here. Okay. First one, we'll say right here. First two hit the first two targets that they have. Bearish one hits its two targets. Another two bearish ones hit their two targets. Two bullish ones hit their two targets. This bullish one hits its first target. This bullish one fails. So that's one fail for about 8 or 9 wins from open already. You already made all your money before this fucking one failed in the first place, so you should be done. If you're greedy and you don't know how to stop and you're a crackhead, then that one would have got you, right? Now, if you kept playing, you would have then hit another bearish one for two targets. Then you would have hit another bearish one for two bearish ones for two targets. 3 bullish ones for two targets. Another bearish one for two targets. 2 bullish ones for two targets. 1 bullish one that failed. So now you have 2 fails for 15 or 20 wins. You see what I'm saying? So I think it was just the settings. I think you'll be fine once you change the settings. So as you can see, this one is now saying that we have a 96% chance of a bearish move off this 200 EMA downwards, with the first target being our VWAP. You see how well these form together? All our indicators go together. Our 200 EMA, VWAP, this harmonics indicator, right? They're all moving together in tandem. Everything on your chart should be telling you the same shit. You shouldn't have things telling you different stuff. If you have things on your chart telling you 2, 3 different things, you need to take something off, or you need to tweak something, or do whatever, right? All your stuff, or at least 80 to 90% of your stuff, should be telling you the same thing, with maybe the exception of one thing telling you something different. And if something's telling you something different, you might want to just wait for more confirmation. So I do not think that this is available on Thinkorswim. This should be just a TradingView indicator. So anyways, I'm about to jump off, guys. I will catch y'all tomorrow between 6 and 8:30 p.m. Central is when I'll probably hop on. We'll just try and do another, 15, we'll say $15 to $50. If we get in a groove and we wanna do more, then cool. But yeah. Tools. So if you want to know what I'm doing, what I'm using, you go to the YouTube page and look at the video right here. I'm sorry, this one right here that I posted on, what is this, November 5th. Look at the one I posted on November 5th. It tells you all the indicators except for the new harmonics indicator, which will be posted in this new video. Um, that's the only difference. So it tells you how to set them up. It tells you how to use them by themselves, how to use them together, etc. So not a problem at all. As always, guys, I appreciate y'all, and y'all have a wonderful night. If y'all have any questions, you can always email me at emadaytrader@gmail.com. If you want to like join the Discord, you can email me there. If you want to do a one-on-one, you can email me there. If you just have questions, email me there. I might not get to you super duper duper fast because I get a lot of emails, but I will get to you eventually, I promise. And yeah, or you can always ask a question on one of my videos or whatever you need. So I'm here for you guys. Love y'all. See y'all next time. And I will see y'all as well on Twitch. Same thing applies to y'all. Always ask. Anything y'all need, I'm here for y'all. Love y'all. Peace.